Meet the extraordinary friends, Yuki, the otter, and Taro, the ginger cat. They may belong to different species, but that doesn't stop them from being the closest companions. Their story is proof that true friendship knows no boundaries. They spend every moment together, eating, playing, cuddling, and falling asleep snuggled up to each other. Their owner, a young woman named Aoi, lives in Japan, where every day in her home is filled with fun adventures and tender moments that make the lives of these unusual friends bright and joyful. Yuki was the first to arrive in the household. Keeping an otter as a pet is an unusual decision, and in many countries, it's nearly impossible. However, in Japan, it is slightly more common, though very few people are willing to take on such a responsibility. Otters require special care, and life with them is nothing like having a typical pet. First and foremost, they need a specialized diet, primarily consisting of fresh fish and seafood. In addition, otters are incredibly active, requiring their owners to spend a lot of time keeping them entertained. Another challenge is maintaining order at home. Having an otter means accepting that your living space will rarely stay tidy. These animals love to explore everything, test what can be overturned, torn apart, or carried away. They are intelligent, playful, and obsessed with water, so a simple water bowl isn't enough. They need an entire pool to splash and play in. Yuki is an Asian small-clawed otter, a species that hunts fish and crustaceans in the wild. But in Aoi's home, she has transformed into a loving and affectionate pet. She sleeps in bed, plays with a ball, goes for walks on a leash, and clings to her stuffed toy before falling asleep. She is an irresistibly adorable creature that instantly wins the hearts of everyone who meets her. Her eyes sparkle with curiosity, and her movements radiate playfulness and boundless energy. A few years later, Aoi decided to welcome another pet into her home. She had always loved cats, and one day, fate led her to a small ginger kitten, whom she named Taro. However, despite her excitement about adopting him, she was a bit worried. How would Yuki react to a new family member? Would the otter accept the cat, or would their cohabitation become stressful for both of them? To ensure a smooth introduction, Aoi decided to take things slowly. At first, Yuki and Taro stayed in separate rooms so they could get used to each other's scent. Then came their first supervised meeting. Yuki curiously observed the newcomer, while Taro, as a typical cat, remained calm and studied her from a distance. Within a few days, their initial apprehension and distrust turned into curiosity. The kitten started approaching closer, and the otter, realizing that the new arrival posed no threat, began playing with him. Gradually, they formed a bond. One day, Aoi walked in to find Yuki gently hugging Taro with her paws, while the cat purred contentedly, pressing himself against her. From that moment on, they became inseparable. Despite their friendship, their personalities are completely different. Yuki is an unstoppable ball of energy. She loves running, jumping, and of course, swimming. Taro, like most cats, is much more relaxed and composed. He balances out his lively friend, helping her slow down when needed. However, even he sometimes needs a break from her endless enthusiasm. In those moments, he simply jumps onto a high shelf or cupboard, where the otter can't reach him, and enjoys some peaceful solitude. Each of them has their own favorite activities. Yuki adores water and can spend hours splashing around in the pool that Aoi specially set up for her. Taro, on the other hand, approaches water with caution and prefers to keep his distance. But when mealtime comes, they reunite. Yuki happily devours fresh fish, while Taro enjoys his favorite chicken. Yet, despite all their differences, they have one shared rule. At the end of the day, they always find each other to sleep side by side. At that moment, all distinctions fade away, leaving only warm, genuine friendship. They curl up together. Yuki nuzzles against Taro, and he, closing his eyes, purrs as if to say, "You are my family." Every day is filled with heartwarming moments. Sometimes, Yuki chases a ball around the house, while Taro watches from his cozy spot. Other times, they both climb onto Aoi's lap, demanding attention. And on some days, they simply lie side by side, enjoying each other's warmth. Yuki and Taro don't think about the fact that they belong to different species. To them, The only thing that matters is being together. Their friendship is a true miracle that brings joy to their owner every day, proving that love and affection know no bounds. This is a story about how even the most different creatures can become the best of friends. About how friendship isn't defined by species, habits, or traits. And about how sometimes the most unexpected encounters turn into the strongest bonds, capable of warming hearts and bringing happiness. Yuki and Taro are more than just a cat and an otter sharing a home. They have become a family, where care and affection mean more than any differences. Their friendship is filled with funny moments, tender gestures, and the comforting warmth they share with each other. Each new day brings them new adventures. Yuki continues to joyfully splash in the water, while Taro watches from his favorite high perch. Sometimes, the cat decides to join in, not in the water of course, but in playful chases around the house. They run, play, and then, exhausted, curl up together and drift into peaceful sleep. Their story reminds us of the importance of understanding, patience, and love. It shows that bonds are not formed from similarity, but from genuine affection and the desire to be close. As Aoi watches over her unique pets, she realizes that friendship is more than just a word. It is a daily choice to care for one another, to respect personal boundaries, to share joy, and to overcome any obstacles together. And though they are so different, one thing remains unchanged. They have found in each other someone who makes their life better. Yuki and Taro teach us that friendship is one of the most beautiful things that can happen in life. Their days continue in a rhythm of playful adventures and quiet companionship. Each morning, Yuki eagerly wakes up, ready to explore, while Taro stretches lazily, enjoying the first rays of the sun streaming through the window. Before long, they are side by side again, sharing their morning routine. Yuki excitedly scampering around, looking for something new to investigate, while Taro watches her with amused patience, his tail flicking as he lounges in his favorite spot. As the day unfolds, they find endless ways to entertain each other. Yuki, full of energy, initiates games by playfully nudging Taro or stealing his toys, prompting the cat to chase her in a mock hunt. Taro, though usually composed, can't resist engaging in these playful bouts, darting across the room with surprising agility. Yuki may have her boundless enthusiasm, but Taro has his own clever tricks, using his agility to outmaneuver her when the chase becomes too intense. Yet, no matter how wild their playtime gets, it always ends the same way. With them curled up together, their differences forgotten in the warmth of their companionship. Even mealtimes are a reflection of their unique yet harmonious friendship. Yuki excitedly devours her fresh fish, while Taro, with his feline elegance, eats at a slower, more measured pace, savoring his food. Sometimes, Yuki, ever the curious one, tries to sneak a sniff of Taro's meal, but he playfully bats her away, as if reminding her of the boundaries they share. And yet, despite their occasional antics, there is an unspoken understanding between them, one that extends beyond words or species.